Ooh, probably crab.
Pasta bolognese, of course.
Italian beef sandwiches. Lemon chicken.
Meatloaf.
Chili.
Barbecue ribs.
Mac and cheese.
Sushi.
Pasta.
Pasta.
Pasta and meatballs.
I love making roast chicken.
We do these chamorro ribs.
Hot links.
Roast beef.
Burgers. Shrimp scampi. Shrimp diablo.
Blackened salmon.
Oh my gosh, has to be Korean food.
Indian food, for sure.
They're called momos. I'm from Nepal. Crispy chicken, which is like Japanese fried chicken.
I also really like my mom's lasagna.
Oh, my mom's chicken enchiladas easily.
Beans and rice.
Same as what my daughter said, beans and rice.
Salt-encrusted salmon. Double-baked potatoes.
I'd have to say pizza night.
Gotta be pizza night.
Pizza night is a favorite.
I think the book that changed my life would probably be How to Be an Adult.
So cliche, but really the book or movie that changed my life, two of them. The book was Beloved by Toni Morrison, and the movie is Apollo 13.
Absolutely, The Hobbit.
Harry Potter.
Nancy Drew. Dogman.
Cannery Row.
The Hate U Give.
The Power of One.
The Green Mile.
Charlotte's Web.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief.
George Eliot's Middlemarch. Tuesdays with Morrie.
Hidden Figures.
Alice Walker, Longing to Die of Old Age.
Gone with the Wind.
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist. I've read it probably 15 times.
I watched Annie probably every day.
Bollywood movie called Three Idiots.
The Big Lebowski.
La La Land. Pan's Labyrinth.
The English Patient.
Right now we're reading Song of Solomon in English class, and I'm realizing so many things I missed.
Reading Big Fish freshman year kind of brought me back into like how much I love reading.
I don't know, there are a lot of things.
Probably all the stuff I've learned about the coronavirus.
Most interesting thing I've been learning in science right now definitely is about the planets.
I'm learning a lot about neurons in brains and biology.
Costa Rica doesn't have an army, and I learned that from Spanish class.
Past few weeks, we talked a little bit about Renaissance poetry in Spain, which was so interesting.
I know how to type in MLA format.
I know about spelling.
Individually studied.
Division and multiplication.
This week, I actually learned how to place a chest tube from a collapsed lung, and that was awesome.
Being organized as a student is extremely important.
Time management, because I have to manage like going to work.
I've learned a lot about patience.
I've learned how to advocate for myself, speak my mind in a very constructive way.
Be able to kind of put your full effort into the task at hand, focus on that next test coming up, or even on the field, make that next shot.
Teach remotely through a computer screen.
I could just run anything on Zoom.
Transition from one thing to another online.
Insert videos into tests and have students film themselves.
Really leveraging the opportunities that EdTech has to offer in terms of how to really create this classroom culture.
These are things that were happening in the spring, and these are things that are continuing to happen in the fall. So I have to say that keeping consistency for my students has really allowed them to thrive.
So many things.
The children.
More laughter.
Social interactions.
Candid and authentic bump-ins.
From those small little side conversations that evolve into something much bigger.
Watching an athletic event after school, watching a theater performance at night.
Being with people again.
I got to see my friends.
Say hi to my teachers again.
And just appreciate them for being in my life.
Well, I'm a new teacher, so meeting my students for the first time.
Being live in the classroom setting and really picking up on all the little social cues.
Just the late night conversations with the boys in the dorm and conversations on the field, conversations before and after class.
Somebody brings out like a guitar and we're doing our homework together.
I get to do my favorite subject, art.
Getting to do projects with someone that's not 6 feet apart, hopefully. I'm most looking forward to the first assembly when you can see all the kids back.
It's going to be really chaotic. I can already picture it. There's going to be a lot of screaming, so I'm really excited for that.
I cannot wait to be able to talk with each other and carry on intellectual discussion when we are face to face.
You don't know how lucky you are to have kids from 5 years old to 18 in terms of building a continuum in your curriculum. This is such an advantage, and you've got to take absolute advantage of it. And so the work Morley and I have done is just simply that. We're trying to take advantage of having this broad range of experience in this. 14-year journey in some cases with families where we can really get to know them.
Even in our darkest hour, this community is going to step alongside one another and hold each other through the darkness to persevere and endure and get to the other side of what all of this may be. We're all united in one shared vision to create a culture of learning and growing for these young human beings to move and evolve and become their greatest selves. That's what makes Stevenson different.
In ordinary times, we begin this weekend by gathering in Urban Chapel on the Pebble Beach campus, and our division heads join me in making some remarks about the year to date, sharing uplifting stories about their students, and describing our plans for the school's future. This year, by necessity, we've had to take a different approach, but in keeping with our philosophy since last spring, we've tried to preserve what's most important, to welcome you, especially our newest families, to the school, and to express gratitude to all. To remind ourselves of what makes our school worthy of your kids' enthusiasm, our teachers' loyalty and passion, and your many sacrifices to have them here. And lastly, in keeping with our claim to be the original home of the growth mindset, a look towards a better future. You know, I can't recall a harder time as a person, as a parent, as a leader. Like many of you, I am accustomed to feeling much more power and control over my circumstances than I do right now. Conditions that I've had long good cause to take for granted have been overthrown, and the results are disorienting. New practices like masks, physical distancing, and regular hand washing are now familiar ethical obligations, things that were really alien to most of us just about 6 months ago. Early on, we responded to the challenge posed by the pandemic by prioritizing safety, social responsibility, and courageous innovation. Our confidence in our students, their teachers, and you provided the warrant for this approach, and our results speak for themselves. Where other families confronted with all the challenges that we know are there for remote instruction threw up their hands and checked out, you persevered with heroic resilience, fierce commitment to your kids, an endlessly revisable definition of success, and a little bit of help along the way from our teachers. None of this is to say that every moment has been perfect or comfortable, and it's certainly not to say that we prefer remote instruction being here together on our campuses. Just as our teachers miss being with your children miss being with their teachers and their friends. They miss the daily sanctuary that our school provides, and we all join them in that. But here's the thing. By choosing in the direction of consistency and predictability, which are key ingredients in kids' sense of well-being and security at a tremendously scary time, we've preserved both their learning and our sense of school as a sanctuary. And though this period, when it finally ends, will have gone on much longer than any of us could have anticipated or wished for, our school is still here, and you're still part of it. Meanwhile, we're all doing our part to protect the wider world, which includes a huge number of people who are at mortal risk from the virus. As I noted in my letter last week, at the end of the month, you can expect a revised handbook describing how we're going to reopen in January, provided that we're permitted to do so. And about 2 weeks or so after that, we expect to have enough information, both in terms of state guidance and local county data, to confirm our planned dates for reopening both campuses, we hope in early and mid-January. As we move forward, start to expect good news to unfold along the way. We're working tremendously hard to caretake your kids, to support you, and to prepare for January. And in the interim, this weekend serves to remind us what we all have to look forward to when we come back, which we will soon enough. Once it's safe, socially responsible, and permissible to do so. We're going to have so much to celebrate because we've hung in there, we've helped our kids, we've moved the school forward. I completely appreciate your participation in this weekend. I look forward to seeing you here soon, more than I can say, as do we all. Go Pirates.
It's hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. I know this wave is stringing us along, something like that.